Hey leaders, I thought I'd take this opportunity to record a quick video regarding our paperwork for Sparks. I certainly know that there are a lot of pieces to our record keeping, and I thought this might be a nice reference guide for you to watch and review as the year goes on. I'm going to be kind of recording this in one hand and writing with another. So please forgive me for the poor production value of this video. But we're going to go through each step. And for the most part, there are really three components during handbook time. So we have our record card, which you're looking at right now. And as you know, we have our green for hang glider, we have our blue for wing runner, and we have our kind of pinkish red for sky stormer. So of course that does depend on which book your students are on. We also of course have the child's handbook, which also matches the record card based on what they're on. And then finally, we have our award sheets that we're keeping every night. What this does is it really helps Laura, our secretary, to know what awards the kids should be receiving that week or perhaps the following week. And the number of sections here goes towards the candy that the students can earn each night. When we do color team winners, this benefits that piece as well. So we pretty much have these three components here every time that we do handbook. So let's kind of go over the process. Usually what I like to do when I open the binder is the first thing I like to do is take attendance. Now I've definitely noticed that attendance has been a little bit sketchy in some of the binders, so please make sure you're taking attendance. This is really important because kids do get awards at the end of the year for their attendance. And this entire card is really the most pivotal part of the process because students can actually get different scholarships for Awana, being in these programs when they go into college. So it's really important that we keep this record as neat and clean and accurate as possible. So the first thing you might want to do, honestly, is take attendance. I usually do that for every kid when I first sit down. So there's 5 boxes for each month, and that's in case there's 5 weeks in a month. So we're in November right now, so I know we had club on 11/4, and then we had club on 11/11. So you can just kind of write in those boxes if the child is there. If the child is not there, I really like to still personally put some sort of indication. For me, it would be something like an AB, absent, something like that, just so you know, and that might be just a reminder for you to kind of get back with that kid when they return. But you can either leave it blank or put an absent, but let's make sure we're definitely putting in our attendance. Next, of course, we are probably going to look at their record card to see where that child is in their handbook. And this is just a blank one that you're looking at. But for example, I've got my son's right here, and he is on section Green Jewel 2-1. So now in the handbook, after the child has recited their verse or done their activity, we need to make sure that we're signing this. This is really important because when we have substitutes in or somebody else helping your team, we need to make sure that this is signed off. And this also lets the parent know at home that their child has passed this section. This is really important as well. So we want to make sure that we sign off here on this point and date it. And then again, this does remind us where we need to mark off on the record card. So this says Green Jewel 2-1. I can go to my record card and find Green Jewel 2-1, Green Jewel 2-1, and then put that date. I'm just going to put 11/11 in there, and then that is complete there as well. So again, we've done the attendance, we've signed off on the handbook, maybe the child's done more than one section, and we've made sure that we have recorded it here on the card. So now what about this piece here? our award sheet, we need to make sure that we count how many sections every child has done. This is really easy to do if you've done the card first. All you need to do for every child is really count how many of the current date have you signed off on. So like for tonight with Brody, he would have completed one section, just that green jewel 2-1. So right here by his name, I could put, he did one section. If they did multiple sections, then put 3 sections or 4 sections. You don't have to say which section they completed, just how many of them. That's all Laura really needs to know here. But then we've got these other categories: red jewel, green jewel, and then other awards. Okay, here's the quick way to remember this. Pretty much any time you put in a current date on the last box of a row, that child has earned something. So for example, here with the Flight 316, when they get done with that little brochure at the end, they actually get a membership card here. So I'm just going to write the word member. And then I would want to make sure that I let Laura know that this child is getting a membership card here. When they finish the rank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you put in the current date for the 8, they're going to get their rank patch here. So they're getting something here as well. So you'd want to mark they're getting a rank patch. Now, Red Jewel 1 is kind of a unique thing in every handbook. When they finish this, they're actually getting 2 things. They're getting their wings and they're getting Red Jewel. They're getting wings and Red Jewel. So maybe on here I'd put, let's say like this was Aaron Baldwin. So maybe I'm going to say he's getting a jewel and he's getting wings. Okay, and you might have to put what type of wings. So I'm going to say wings, and then I'm going to say, like hang glider HG or something, because Laura does need to know that. Now I should make a comment. I'm writing super messy because I'm holding the phone with one hand, but please try to write neatly on here. Again, it's a little bit tough for us to sometimes tell what's being written here if you're not writing neatly. So please try your best to write legibly so we can read it and don't have to bug you about it later. Okay, and then of course, if they fill in things anywhere else, they would earn a green jewel, a red jewel, a green jewel, a red jewel. And again, you just need to tell Laura how many jewels. She doesn't really care if it's, a hang glider green jewel or sky snowboard, just how many did they earn that particular week. Okay, so very, very important, so they can get their membership card, their rank patch, their wings, and their first jewel, and anything else that they might earn as they go along. And of course, your handbook is going to remind you of those things too. Usually at the bottom, it will tell you if they've earned something. If we I'll flip to one of the ends here. For example, keep it up, you just earned green jewel 2. So the handbook will even remind you if they've earned something at this point. One more comment. I have noticed that every book, Red Jewel 1-1, right here, Red Jewel 1-1, is bring a friend. And this is one that we can skip. But this is also often preventing a lot of kids from getting their wings and their first jewel because maybe they haven't brought a friend. We're going to go ahead and let the kids skip that for now and still earn their wings or their jewel. It can be very tough for kids to sometimes bring a friend or families to do that if they don't have anybody. And we really don't want to discourage the kids from being able to get the wings, which is pretty much the coolest part, right? So go ahead and allow them to kind of move on from that piece and just encourage them to bring a friend if they can, but let's still give them their wings. All right, so again, we have our record card, we have the handbook that we need to sign off on, and we have this award sheet that needs to be handed to our secretary before you go to games. Again, it's definitely a lot of paperwork for Sparks. But again, the fact that kids can earn scholarships and that this is really helping them to really be motivated to come to club every week and to learn about Jesus Christ. And I'm pretty sure you think it's worth it. I sure do. So if you have any questions, just review this video as often as you need, or let me know and we can kind of do something together. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.